This is Eric Muathe, COMMODITIES. It is for March 25th, 2020. And we're going to be taking a look at Boeing. Alright, let's begin with the time frame here, which is the weekly. And I'm beginning to choose the weekly as we are going to be taking a look at the 4-hourly. But the weekly is going to give us a little bit of a better perspective. You can see for the week up about 80% at the highs of the week. But there's a problem here, in my opinion, that is, of course, and it is where the RSI is trading. So the RSI has pretty much spent the last 3-4 weeks trading below the threshold. Yeah, you should know what I'm going to say next. And what that means is, as long as it is trading below this area, net, the momentum should continue being to the downside in the short. I hope that makes sense. So yes, you got an 80% move this week, but the real challenge is whether it can move above this RSI level. Which now brings us to the 4-hourly, where things will make more sense. By the way, for the day, Boeing is up almost 35%. And this is what it looks like on the 4-hourly. I'm going to be using the RSI here to show you why, based on the 4-hourly, this could be where it stalls or where it runs into resistance. And I'm going to draw a line connecting the RSI lows here. And there's a little bit of a node right there. I'll explain it in a second. I'm going to connect the two right there. Now you might notice right off the bat that there's movement through this area here and through this area. And not to get into another long discussion, but you can draw it that way if you are going to consider uniform action in both areas here and here, areas below and back above the line. But what I'm trying to do with this exercise is explain that a line extension of that area brings us exactly to where the RSI is trading, right here, which, by the way, is a potential area of resistance. Now, based on the weekly RSI, as we discussed, based on the amount of time the stock spent below the threshold, or the bearish threshold of 30.9, because we spent a lot of time below that, you still have the remnants of this bearish sentiment, which means even with this type of a big move, the probability of testing these lows are very high. In fact, if we end up seeing confirmation of resistance on this extended black line that I am discussing here, if we end up seeing confirmation of resistance here, which is this price area, then chances are, without a doubt, we are going to test these lows, if not violate the lows and record fresh lows. It is another way of saying, from a swing trade perspective, you'd want this RSI line and RSI area to be broken to the upside, which would give the stock free rein to continue higher. Right now, my thinking, based on the weekly RSI being around the 30.9 level, and based on this area here where we spent a lot of time below 30.9, my thinking is such that more than likely resistance here, and the very high likelihood of testing recent lows. The only way to change that is to break out above the black line, which is this line here. This is Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. As always, good luck, peace, and blessings. EICS.